Of the many and multiple conversations that we've been having. Who would like to start? One like, woof, fantastic.
Dorothy. I think there are very many, but for me the aha is we came from ICTs, capacity building, and let them know how to use the technology, to ICTs, to economic empowerment and all that. And then now ICTs, wow, the women are there. What are they doing there? So that's sort of the picture in my mind as we conclude this.
What are women doing with ICTs, Renata?
Well, actually, I will use this moment to mention not necessarily only women, but a series of names. Alaa Abdel Fattah, Khadija in Azerbaijan, Bassel Kartabil in Syria. Peter Sunde and Anakata here in Sweden. Aaron Schwartz, who is not around with us anymore. WikiLeaks, Chelsea Manning, Barrett Brown. And my aha moment, to go one step back, is how governments, and even in collaboration with private sector, are crushing dissent globally. And on one hand, you have governments and NGOs saying, yes, get connected, get empowered, innovate, create, disrupt. And once we disrupt, then it is crushed. Once those structures of power get threatened, even the slight unproven hypothetical threat, it is shut down. And that's the risk that we are running. And the risk that we are running is the concentration of this unprecedented power of information gathered, collaboration between companies and governments, and connected but controlled society. So my aha moment is those missing here. I do not see enough dissident voices voicing the concerns.
Thank you. Thank you. It's true. I mean, we did get to have lots of conversations around structures of power and how this is actually being either consolidated or sort of broken apart little bits through different kinds of initiatives and also different kinds of analysis and lenses that you bring to the conversation. Dorothy, what about you?
I was struck by the diversity of what the theme of the conference, gender and access, actually meant to the different audiences we've got here. So in many ways, I just thought, well done, CEDA, for inviting people from a variety of backgrounds and also from different communities. I think it's important that the activists and the human rights people start talking with people who've been working in ICT and development, and to bring those communities together to talk, I think was very valuable. And at the same time, it strikes me that 2 days is really not enough to actually deepen that conversation, and in particularly the conceptualization, I think, of what we mean by gender is very different depending on the backgrounds that people had. Gender is a construct, and so we can expect it to be constructed differently in different cultural contexts and in different communities of practice. And so I think that needs to be dug down deeper into, that needs to be deepened. My other point was really about intersectionality. It's a big word, but this idea that basically injustice cannot be reduced to one axis of exclusion. So we heard race and ethnicity being mentioned. We heard sexual orientation being mentioned. We might want to throw in class, for instance. I think disability was mentioned as well. I think it's important to remember also the other axis of exclusion and use gender as one that has now made it into kind of, if you want, mainstream development discourse, as a starting point to also bring other axes of exclusion into the conversation.
Couldn't agree with you more. It's just like counting women, no? It's really just the first step, and it doesn't stop there. And we've really deconstructed lots of big concepts in the past 2 days. We've deconstructed gender, we've deconstructed even what is the internet, and what do we mean by all? So we're even deconstructing all. So Patrick, what were your key insights?
Yes, thank you. So this is my 4th Stockholm Internet Forum, and I would say it's a truly arena for multi-stakeholder meetings, not only listening to the different panels, but also during the lengthy lunch, etc., which is very welcome. We need these multi-stakeholder arenas. I would second what you say here, that it would be good if the next Stockholm Internet Forum could go more from these talks that we have to more what I would say workshops. So how, when we have the joint interest to promote and support freedom of expression and privacy under Access for All, how do we go about? Aren't there issues that we can address when we are all in the room together? I was chairing an unconference session yesterday on ICT and development agencies and freedom of expression and privacy, and one of the conclusions was that, for example, the World Bank does not have a human rights policy. It should, of course, have so. It should take freedom of expression and privacy into account of its work, and maybe sessions within the Stockholm Internet Forum next time could be in a workshop style where we together could define how freedom of expression and privacy could be integrated in the work of development agencies, World Bank, etc. I know SIDA because I'm Swedish and I live here, so I know SIDA has done some work here. I don't know how other development agencies, how far they have come. I know that the World Bank has not. So, thanks.